We're the only ones in there.
Yeah,
They'll be coming over anytime from Steve's. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, Steve's rocking and rolling right now.
He is. He
Yeah.
was on a. He's on a good rant today. I was
Yeah.
in there for about an hour.
Yeah, when I just left there doing use of force and tasers.
I got into it good with the Ogre Dad.
Ogre Dad's an idiot.
Mm-hmm.
He was telling me I could filter pool water with a Brita filter. I'm saying you're going to die.
He was putting words in my mouth, and I said, "Hey," I said, "If you think I said that, it's probably because YouTube translated it from my fingers to you guys." Because I said I would never say anything like that. So I go back and I look, and what it did was it reimposed my words where I wasn't even saying what I said, what it came out to. So I went back and I said, I apologize for the way it came out, but that's not my thinking. He goes, that's not even right. He says, I read what you said, blah, blah, blah. And I go, whatever.
And Kaylin and Michael's here.
Yep.
Hey, Kaylin. Michael.
Kaylin.
Good seeing you guys.
Hey, Kaylin's
anyway, what we were talking about, Gil, before we came on, was I saw this special thing and it showed a diagram of all the ships out there going around North America, South America, where else? I think Australia. It's like they're in a big circle and they're almost like the ships that ships were like butt to butt, going all the way around. It's like they're playing follow the leader. And then going right through the Suez Canal there, it's got that big ship sitting there stuck. But that ship got unstuck, right?
The ship's unstuck. I know they were trying to get it out of the canal, all the way out so they could get it someplace to unload it, but
froze. It's still in the canal. They only made 100 feet movement.
Yeah, engines are like tried to refloat it, right?
It's refloated, but it's not moving. It only made it 100 feet. They're using four tugs to move it, and going.
Go ahead, Gil.
Go ahead, Gil. You said something. Ice cream out.
It's also leaking, so they're afraid that there's popped some seams when it was picked up by both ends were stuck up in the air. Problem
might crack.
Now is that it's so friggin' narrow, and they really widened it up.
When they made the Suez Canal, it wasn't meant for big boats like that to go through there.
True.
Yeah.
It was built so many years ago. We didn't have big boats like that, big ships.
True, Will, because let's see, after the 50s, they developed the super freighters. Before it was like the little kind of Liberty ship kind of freighter, but they couldn't transport more goods like that. So they made the super freighters in the 60s, mostly in Japan and then Boston.
Yeah, but even when they made the super freighters, they were never really allowed to go through the Suez Canal.
Or the Panama Canal either.
Yeah, they were not supposed to go through there because of their bulk.
Right. There was supposed to be a two-way system, but they found out earlier they were losing, whatchamacallit, wasn't time constraints, fuel constraints, because they had to fight the ocean currents. And also they were losing ships at a greater pace. Well, because when they do the round the circle, the Earth, because within 30 days, you should see another super freighter because that's how big they are. Unfortunately, some of the captains don't stop. Hey, we just sunk. Too bad. I'm on timetable.
Yes, what I'm trying to say is the bigger boats now, if they're going to go a different way, they're going to have, if they're going to go through there, they're going to have to pony up some of those big bucks and dig that channel deeper and wider.
Yeah.
That's may not be possible because of the sandstone and the sandy.
Well, it's possible. It just takes some money.
Yeah, and also it might disturb the ecological system because then the what you call it, Mediterranean drains too much, and then we have to put locks in the.
Yeah.
We have to
It's
put
like
locks.
Kalen says, they can't get by that big ship unless it's a very small boat or ship
We're
because
talking
it's taking up
tugboat.
all the space.
True, Will. It's a tugboat that could go past it because it almost hits both sides of the canal, and people don't understand is time is money, and they don't want to waste fuel going back and forth or go around the Cape. Is the Cape of Good Hope?
I think that's one of them. Yeah.
Yeah. If they, thing is, so if the ships that were first in line, if they had realized what, how long it was going to be, they could have gone around and already made their deliveries. But the thing is, it's like, all right, they're going to have it loose. They're going to have it loose. Oh, what's taking so long? They're going to have it loose. Come on, guys, get it moved. And
that's what screwed up our food chain and everything. Those big ass ships are not thinking the issues through, I don't think.
No, it's corporate heads. They don't care. They say,
they want their friggin' dollars, but they're gonna think that by the time that food gets there, it's gonna be spoiled.
It's already some of the food's already rotten on the ships.
yeah, they're planning to dump it in the Indian Ocean and Pacific. And India threatened 6 countries with lawsuits if they try to. Well, these cows are dead. I don't think India would like having dead cows wash up on the shore.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah. Throwing 6 cows overboard. Yeah.
Yeah. Because Egypt says you're not going to drop dead cows in our seas either. So that German company is right now removing the cows at $5,000 per cow by helicopter. They're lifting up the cow, taking over to Cyprus, dumping the cow there, grinding the cow up, and fertilizing Cyprus fields.
Well, that's going to raise the cost of meat, then, right?
Not to us, not Australia.
Well, it should affect us eventually.
It should, but I think we're going to have more shortages. But the whole web of the supply chains going blah, 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 blah. And then China's acting nuts, so we have to be careful on that. They're picking up any kind of boat for that great invasion of Taiwan and the Philippines and Okinawa. I'm like, oh God, this is embarrassing. Remember Germany when they tried to cross the English Channel? Did everybody froze?
No. We'll move it a little bit.
Asians, Caleb seems to think that the Asians and the Africans will end up paying more for their meat.
True, but it's mostly fuel oil. If they're not getting it from Kuwait.
Trying and surviving. Welcome to the discussion. How's Oklahoma? I think we're having a heat wave here.
Yeah, we're having a cold wave here. Got snow coming tomorrow night after between 9 o'clock and midnight. Going to be here for several days.
It looks like on my map too. It looks like we're gonna in for some snow as well.
Nah, on my map, I got something weird coming up. Northeast is going to get a foot of snow, maybe an inch or two in Gill's direction, and this is a weird thing. I got this weird vortex. It's going by you, but whatchamacallit, it's mostly wind.
What elevation?
It was windier than hell here yesterday, but It's showing that we're going to have some snow coming in.
Hmm.
It's supposed to be windy again today. Yeah,
fish-
snow here.
At the
Trying.
map.
That means if we're getting snow, you'll probably get a little bit too there in Oklahoma.
Yeah, because it's coming down through Kansas,
Canada?
Nebraska, Oklahoma.
Yeah, but its main point is coming from central Canada.
Can you pull up that weather
Yeah.
map, Gil?
Yeah, I got it up. Hang on a second here. Let me there's that one. I got the super duper heavy duty all elevation type one up here.
Right.
So let me zoom in here a little bit on the US here. There we go. You can see the pathway. This is 2 meters above ground. Yeah, what the wind is going. If I take it up to 500 meters above ground, picks up speed. So the wind's blowing higher up. And look at it, it's just coming down from central Canada down through the Dakotas and on down here. And if I take it up to 1,500 meters, yeah, it's increasing speed.
Yeah, but a lot of people don't notice that vortex above Canada and the vortex in the Atlantic. The Atlantic
Yeah.
is semi-warm.
Yeah.
That one up in Canada, and the mid-ground is New York, Maine, and Vermont.
Yeah.
You might have a really bad northeastern there.
Well, here's one off the coast here.
I don't have to worry. The ones over us is that low pressure system that's circling around Los Angeles. Kind of weird.
Yeah. Now I'm going to take it up to 3,000 meters. Oh, yeah, it's changing and it's picking up speed. And that one's circling right above Uncle Al.
Nah, it's Steve. Because I'm not near Las Vegas. I'm on the edge of it.
Steve is down here.
I'm near Fresno.
Oh, you're up in Fresno? Okay.
All right. I'm on the edge of it.
All right, this is outside of Bakersfield then. Between Bakersfield
it's 2 hours of Bakersfield for me if I drive at 80 miles an hour.
Hey, fishes, how you doing?
Hi, Carol.
But yeah, and let me put it down to show what the clouds are. So cloud cover and air pressure. There's a high pressure system up here pushing down into the lows right around Cincinnati, Lexington, Louisville, down towards Memphis. Is a low pressure in here.
You're getting snow, Will?
We're going to get snow starting tomorrow night between 9 o'clock and midnight. Accumulation for Wednesday is approximately a half inch, and Thursday is approximately half. Last time they said a half inch, we got 3 inches.
Right. I know you got snow, Gil, but Will.
Thursday it says Wednesday afternoon actually is going to be some rain, it looks like. Let me open it up.
Yeah, because it's a warm stream that's coming down from Canada.
Wind and rain on Wednesday.
Yeah, near Calvary. So that's a warm stream. If I'm reading it right, red's supposed to be warm.
On mine here, this is not red. It's not warm. That's air pressure.
Whoops, sorry.
Chart off there on the side here, the barometric chart. So this pressure right in here, coming down here through Canada, is running 30.4, 30.6 pressure coming down. The pressure down in Oklahoma is 29.7. So yeah, that's just the pressure.
Thursday and Friday's
Temperature.
possibility of snow.
That
So
could be.
here's your temperature. So see the temperature up here you're looking at 10 degrees. And then the blue is 20 degrees up here. And then here in Idaho, we're looking at
48.
40. Yeah, but that's what it is right now. But this morning it was in the 20s.
Hmm.
So yeah, because the way this is blowing, and let me put this up to 500, gives a better view at five. I'll take 750. See, there's your.
It's going to be in the 20s here Thursday afternoon and Friday.
That sounds about right.
Yeah. So there's still, because all this is the North Atlantic coming in here. This thing's coming in. This is, you're looking at 10 degrees to 0 degrees up here, coming around and then coming down into the United States. So,
Banana belt.
yeah. This is until this east to west jet stream here reverses like it's supposed to and go west to east, we're going to be getting some cold stuff coming down in here still.
Yep.
Well, spring is not quite here yet.
I'm having summer already. It's 82 here. Nice day. Marcella temperature is 72. All yesterday I've been transplanting like crazy from my stuff from inside.
Yeah. Yeah, my wife's is having the same thing up here in there. So she's looking at 50 to 60 degrees right now in the morning. And it's gonna hit 70 this afternoon up there for her.
Oh, she'll be making your food for you there then.
Yeah, she's coming Friday or Saturday. She's driving in, but if this cold keeps persisting when she leaves here to head back, I may be sending most of my seedlings with her. Say, all right, plant them there. If they get too big in the pots, and they ain't gonna, it's too cold outside here to put them outside.
Right. Yeah. Like I said, folks, I've been talking about, other than but other than this, I've been talking about food pantry system because I was watching another news station. It was a local station throughout the West. And it's Prepper injures herself by putting 5-gallon container on shelf. And I keep telling people on the floor on top of a piece of wood. You don't put it on the 5th shelf. And she got a neck brace and she's looking like this. I didn't know. Well, you get hit with 30 pounds of beans and you'll know really quick.
Yeah, I mean, it's like common sense. Heavy stuff on the bottom, light stuff on the top. What do you put on those top shelves? Toilet paper, paper towels.
Well, usually I do freeze dry because my food closet's only for food and everything else goes into the other storage room because the food closet has to be air regulated, small fan or cooler or heater. It can't freeze or get too hot because that's really bad for all that.
That's the wrong screen.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just looking at other stuff up here. Where was it here?
Will, is Dustin still raiding your food closet or not?
Oh, no, I've got him broke of that habit. I got a padlock on it.
Good. I have a master lock on mine too after I heard that, Will, about somebody came in and took your food. They got my other stuff because I didn't padlock that. They got all my toilet paper, but
I bought him a microwave. Told him he could go to Walmart and buy him food to microwave.
I'll be back in just a minute, guys. I got to put this ice cream away before it melts.
I'll have some. Just pass it over here.
Too funny.
I see ketchup. How many we got out there? 7, 8?
I think
Seven.
we have 8. It fluctuates from 7 to 8. And folks,
And
please
what?
hit the like button.
Maybe I'll wait till they start coming in from Steve.
Steve's on a good rant. It's going to take him a
Oh
while.
man, he's on a good one today. I have to admit that.
Yeah.
Look at that. Is that big or what? That's remote control.
Oh, that looks good.
That goes with what I'm gonna announce today.
Cool. What is it?
We're gonna have a drawing. We're gonna have a drawing next Monday.
Cool.
Next Monday, we're gonna give away. I'll announce it now and then later too. This is what it is. This is the solar pad here, and these are the solar lights. I'm gonna be giving this away. And
Cool.
then next week, we're gonna have a drawing. If you're not here, you can't win.
And that's for the remote control, right?
And the remote control will run it if, say you don't want it to go off and on every time somebody walks by it. You can adjust it by how sensitive it is.
Oh, that's good. So if the
With
neighbor's
this little thing here.
so if the neighbor's cat walked by, you could just click it off.
Yeah. Or you know that the neighbor's cat comes by. So you just click on mode 1, and that way when he goes by it doesn't come on.
Yeah. Or
Then when you go to bed you can click it to mode 2, which means anybody that walks by it comes on.
or you get one of those little adapters for it and hook it up to the hose with little sprinklers when the cat walks by.
Oh, that would be cool, yeah. Yeah, I don't know if you were there, Gil, but see, it's a solar light.
I saw it.
I'm gonna give it away next week.
I'll be right back. I hear something going off in my power room. 1 second, folks.
Every time they give me my darn money from YouTube, I spend it on something at Amazon and then give it away.
Yeah. The YouTube's been been getting really weird. I had a
What used to be they give your money every time you got to $100, but it's not like that anymore. Like I didn't have $100 in there, and they notified me that they had deposited money in my account. It was only $35.
Yeah. The thing is, I've noticed on it, like on Amazon, on my analytics, it had data in there. Then all of a sudden, data for 1 day disappeared, and it took as that 28-day calendar thing shown. As it moved over, all of a sudden it reappeared. Now, data that was there for 3 days disappeared. It's like, how are you losing data? That someone's, when in their stuff they're reprogramming stuff, they're screwing up their own system.
Yeah, like I got across the bottom of my page yesterday that some of my data from 3 of my videos was not done right or something like that, and they adjusted it. I couldn't even see anything that they had done.
Yeah. But here, let me get this thing here.
And they had made an adjustment on 3 of my videos, or I think that's what it said.
All right. Here's something for you, what we were talking about earlier. Well, if you want to share it up there, this is the Mediterranean Suez Canal and the shipping backup.
And
Yeah,
it's a
that
mess.
looks something like what they showed me. Only all the way around was a backup.
Yeah. Yeah, when I was just looking, there was an article from back on the 30th that says, as soon
I'll
as they
show
lifted,
it like this here.
yeah, soon as they lifted that
Where you
ship
going?
loading, somebody
Have a
posted
good
a
day.
story saying the Suez Canal could be clear in 4 days. That was back on the 30th. And the person was a little overly optimistic. Just because they floated it doesn't mean it was out of the way.
No,
Yeah.
it only made 100 feet.
Uh-huh. So yeah, that's one of the ones I just uploaded here. Yeah, they got still has all the ships and everything showing it. It is ugly.
The one they
everywhere.
showed the other day on this video I was watching, it showed boats all the way around three of the continents. It looked like it was a boat jam all
Yeah.
the way around.
Yeah, and if you see right in the where I told you, Spain and Gibraltar, that's where all the
Hi,
ships.
Irene. I didn't see you sneak in.
Hi, Irene. This is where all the ships are clogged up because they're hugging the coast of Africa because they're running out of fuel.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
I figure if it stays like that we're going to start having a food shortage, not just in other countries, but here too.
oh yeah. Because some of these ships that are there, I don't know why the heck we're doing it. The U.S. is importing fuel and exporting fuel. We are exporting more fuel than we're bringing in. Since we're not getting fuel coming in, we should stop exporting some of the fuel to make up for what's not coming in.
I can tell you the reason, but nobody's going to.
Yeah, I know it's a stupid, senators and congressmen getting their pockets lined by, okay, we're going to make this deal here, and we're going to sell you this oil here to you guys at this price, and we're going to buy it cheaper from you guys over here to replace it, and we get the skim part of the profits. That's what's going on.
Also, another thing, folks, voice of reason. What's been closing down in the United States for the last 20 years? And it's part of their green program.
Oh, what's worse is what's closing down in the last
How you doing, 103?
90 days.
Hi, C103. That was where you're waving, Will, for saying hello to. Okay. The real reason, the big thing is, we don't have refineries on the East Coast and Texas because of the green laws. Texas, in California, Oregon, and Washington only have few remaining refineries. And once those shut down, we're not a refining nation.
Well, they're saying that within the next 10 years that we're not going to be a refining nation, that we're going to be the green nation.
Yeah,
that was 10 years ago.
Yeah, they can say that all they want, but it ain't going to happen. It's not going to happen. It physically and financially cannot happen.
If they want it to happen, they can make it happen.
No, they can't. They can't. It will not work. There are the farmers and truckers and everything else. It won't work. It's like, oh yeah, we have green trucks to haul stuff. Yeah, and when they start having all these green electric trucks, remote control trucks crashing all over the place because somebody thinks there's a live person and they cut it off.
I've worked in agriculture.
Top of them.
I've worked in agriculture, and even during the crunch on everything, fuel shortages and everything, those darn farmers, they're pretty ingenious guys, When they tell you there's not going to be any fuel for their tractors, those guys have more fuel than anybody in the United States. This one guy I worked for, he had barrel after barrel after barrel of diesel at his farm, He says, we don't have this. It doesn't exist. If anybody asks you, we don't have any.
Yeah.
But
the
folks,
problem is not all the farmers can afford to stockpile fuel. In fact, most cannot. It's a very few that can afford to stockpile the fuel. They prep for it, and the problems is that there will be a revolution from the hungry masses when if they start shutting things down enough that there'll be a revolution at the ballot box, and all of a sudden all the senators, everybody gets recalled for passing the stupid crap that's causing them to go hungry. It's going to turn on them, and I don't care.
Well, I figure that when that starts happening, that's when we'll start getting our term limits that everybody wants.
I think more tar and feather. Another reason why Texas and the West Coast still has refineries, United States Navy, because they put their foot down when they try to close Oakland. Remember that, Gil?
Oakland
refining station for the Navy. Those big tanks in the Oakland. Is that Oakland Hills?
No. The refineries there are no refineries in Oakland or
Alameda.
The refineries are a little farther north in Richmond. There are several refineries in Richmond, several refineries in Martinez and Concord.
Right.
That's where the refineries are.
Hey, I'm getting old. I forget things.
Most of the refineries up there are in Contra Costa County, starting in Richmond and going on up and around over to Concord and stuff. I was on the C8 committee for Contra Costa County, so I know exactly where they all are and all that fun stuff, because we had all sorts of emergency warning sirens and stuff set up whenever they have a accidental discharge into the atmosphere.
Hey, how you doing, my friend?
Hey, D. The big problem is the United States Navy still runs on, I forget, Gil, what fuel are they using?
Bunker fuel.
That's it. I was thinking Boco fuel, but that doesn't sound right.
It's bunker fuel, and it's called bunker fuel because they store it in big, huge bunkers of stuff. It is a thick oil type stuff. I mean, it's like you can put it on the SAE scale, your 30 weight, whatever weight. It's a minus 20 weight. It is some thick stuff. In fact, you have to preheat it to be able to pump it. It's the same things that the big boy steam locomotive.
Well, we have so much oil in our country that it will never run out. When I was in my 20s, I roughnecked. I was in the drilling field. Every hole that we drilled was a producer, but whether it was a producer or not, we capped it off. And I asked the guys why we were capping them off, the biologist. He would say we were saving it for later.
Yeah.
And I said, saving it for later? And he said, yeah, it'll be worth its weight in gold later. It's not worth anything now.
And also, when the USGS was doing core drilling in the Gulf of Mexico, they were looking for the water tables and stuff. They kept hitting oil pockets.
Yep.
You cap it off because they weren't finding the water pockets and stuff they were looking for whatever thing they were trying to do to program it was. They weren't finding hardly any water pockets. They were finding oil, and they were capping it off.
Also, natural gas. Remember that one they hit by accident? They had to run like hell.
Yeah, there is a lot of fuel. It's not a unlimited supply. But
hey, Rob, how you doing?
Here's what pisses me off. Back in the early 70s, some engineer at Ford Motor Company worked out a highly advanced carburetor, and they put it on a couple of experimental cars and stuff that they were doing tests on. Well, one of it made it out got put on the wrong engine and made it out into the public. The guy was getting something like 35 miles per gallon with a 429 engine
Oh
in
yeah, I remember that.
wagon. And when he goes,
they-
"Oh, great gas mileage, I'm getting that," and they freaked out, and they bought.
They closed it down.
Well, what they did is what happened is first Ford bought back the car from the guy and gave him a new car every year for the rest of his life. That carburetor system, the oil companies paid Ford Motor Company to shelve it.
Yeah, they wouldn't let him produce it.
Well, they could produce it, but they paid him more money to shelve it than what they would make, producing it. They say, so they, Ford, okay, you're going to give us so many, millions and millions of dollars. Okay, we'll shelve it. Problem is, I think they may have signed something they shouldn't have signed where they couldn't bring it back 20, 30 years later. And, and I don't know what happened to that engineer. That engineer sort of disappeared.
I think he died in a car accident.
Well, yeah, I can't remember, but I know that they made it so that thing wouldn't come into production.
Yeah.
Like I said, secrets will be rediscovered and somebody else, and it'll probably be a Japanese guy says, "Hey, I discovered this carburetor from these old plans."
Just
Yeah.
imagine some of those people that disappeared from all the good stuff they found.
Hey, Rob.
Hi, Rob.
Yeah. So, the problem with a lot of the what's going on and stuff is that the ones that are trying to take over the government and turn it into a socialist government are going to wind up fueling their own demise politically by really ticking off all the voters, and they're all of a sudden they're going the voters are just going to get sick and tired of their lies and recall them, and then there's they'll get new people, they'll get other people in there that will go ahead and do the term limits and remove all the BS golden parachute stuff that senators and congressmen get. So like if you serve one term, you got life insurance for life, you got a retirement for life. No, that's all going to disappear one of these days.
They keep screwing everybody over so bad. We slowly, in my opinion, are slowly pushing the American people into getting the term limits they need on their politicians. I mean, those guys are so rich and so overpowered by the greasy palms they get that you have to make sure that they're there to do their job and then move on.
Yeah.
I don't know how to put it without.
Or we could do it like the French Revolution, guillotine.
They need to only be there long enough to do their job. Otherwise, they turn out to be people like Lindsey Graham and everybody else that's just there to get rich.
Yeah. Well, I still say that Thomas Watson had the right idea for his novels of modifying the Constitution and to include in it that all new laws must list at least 6 examples of what the law means, and judges are not allowed to interpret the law. They're just allowed to judge evidence and pass sentence. And then any congressman accepting any sort of bribe in any way, shape, or form, it's a death sentence. You get 30 lashes for 30 days. Then you just languish for 30 days. Then you get hung. Still alive.
Yeah, but
For it says if you find a car that runs on water or design one that runs on water, you'll be dead. He's about right. If you can find something that's good for the people and bad for the politicians, they're not going to allow you to
right.
hang around.
Yeah, but I have a story on the water car. Henry Ford Sr. got hooked on this invention that this guy invented. Takes water and poured it into his Model T, and it drove until he found out it needed a secret component to the water. And then Henry Ford had the guy, well, he couldn't swim in Lake Michigan with cement boots because he
Couldn't
found
hold his
out,
breath very long, huh?
no, because he found out he had acetone into the water, an oxidizer, so the water will ignite to explode inside the cylinder. Worked fine, but it ruined the engine after 40 miles. So every time you drove the car more than 40 miles, you have to replace the engine because of corrosion. Because
Maybe
acetone,
something like that with that carburetor too, probably.
yeah, and some guy in Lake Erie or Lake Michigan.
There's several things out there on the used to be on the market that the government would take away from you. You know,
Yeah,
make a deal with you not to show it or not to sell it.
they're
Okay,
always,
I'm froze up, so I'm going to unplug my camera and
Are
I'll be
you
right
frozen
back.
up?
yep, he froze.
Uh-oh. You'll be back. Maybe.
True. Anything on new on your side, Will, other than prepping
Yeah,
and
we're gonna give away this solar powered light. I don't know if everybody can see it very well,
it does
but
have a
it's
battery
solar.
pack. It does have a battery pack because at nighttime when you need this, there's no sun.
Well, it does store it somewhere. I read the directions. It does store it somewhere. And it has this is a remote control, and all this does is switch the power around so that if you don't want it to come on when the neighbor's cat goes by it during the day, then you can switch it off to nothing. It has modes on it: mode 1, mode 2, mode 3, and it works pretty well. I had it up on the backyard the other day so I could take some pictures of it for a review I'm going to be doing on it. I'm
Oh,
going to give it
good.
away next week. So you guys will have to be here to win it, but I'm going to give it away. And I spent my hard earned YouTube money on it for you guys. So,
Yeah. Gil says he's ready to come back aboard.
he wants to come back?
Right. I mean,
Wave at me, Gil.
is he waving?
He's not waving.
Oh, he's frozen again.
Now he's waving.
Okay. What's Thursday's?
There you go.
Yeah, the only thing, all I got to do is unplug and plug it back in. You should have been able to hit me right away. Yeah, I don't know what it is, but it just it loses contact control with the camera and the microphone, and I just have to unplug it, plug it back in, and it's just instantaneous back up. You see that?
That's kind of weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Carol says it could be the aliens. Will, what's the subject for Thursday?
Subject for Thursday. What do you want it to be, Uncle Al?
No, it's your show. Whatever you pick, because you did the shorts, and then you did what was before the shorts? You did something you were talking about.
Oh yeah, we did about the tools.
Right. You want to do it on tools, or you want to go
on tools?
Yeah.
Tools sound good to you, Gil?
What type tools? I just go open it to any type or anything specific?
I don't know. I think anything I tell you, you're gonna be good at it.
Because on the Friday night special, the topic is your favorite garden tool.
Well, let's go with your favorite
survival tool.
Survival tool, yeah.
Oh, that sounds good.
Yeah.
That sounds like a good one.
Yeah.
What's your favorite survival tool? Be good at it. No, you can't screw it into your head.
No, my brain.
I thought you were pointing to your hat.
No, in here.
Okay. Uh,
Pin.
like I said, folks, if you're going to get food, I would do it in April and May because June we might have a sudden shock.
Shortage.
So see you later, Rob.
Later, Rob, because already Mike,
Come on
Michelle,
Thursday or next Monday, Rob. We're gonna give away the light.
next. Wait, it was Michelle and Rob. They went to their stores to buy canning lids. That's why they're entering Gil's contest for the lids because they can't find lids or the rings. They could get the
Yeah.
whole jars and the rings.
Yeah. So, guys, speaking about my contest, it ends on this Friday. I'm doing the Friday night special. I'm doing the giveaway. You have until the Friday night special starts to complete the what you have to do to enter in the contest, which means you got to go in there and find that video again, the giveaway video, and share it out on either YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, whatever, and then send me the link to it or a screenshot of it. Email me the screenshot because sometimes YouTube's not allowing people to post the links in the chat to reply back. Yeah.
No, I had about 3 comments. I can't respond. They kind of ghost away.
Yeah, if you put something in there, if you're sharing it out and it's disappearing, just send me an email. Camp Patton Family Compound, no spaces, one big long word at Gmail, and throw the link in there from where you shared the link of the video for people to watch.
Right. And I got to put something down because me and Will were talking about it on ghost channels. If you still got the colored circle with the letter on it, YouTube is purging right now because they're backtracking all the old ghost channels that
You
doesn't
don't have a regular icon.
right, no
with your
regular
photo
icon.
in it. They're gonna
Photo-
take it down.
They're going to take it down, especially if you don't have any content at all. Your about page is empty, your video section is empty, your playlist is empty, your community board's empty, and your about page is empty. They're getting sick and tired of the gamers doing this, repeating their whatchamacallit. Well, we'll just make another channel. We'll make another channel. Term limits are coming up. If you repeat this so many times, they won't let you come back on YouTube. They're canceling it.
Well, that's kind of stupid because the majority of people on YouTube don't have video content. They're there watching other ones, and they got to sign in to give a thumbs up,
Right.
or make a comment. So, it's really stupid if they are planning to do that because basically they're going to lose all the revenue from people watching the commercials.
I know.
Nobody's going to be on YouTube anymore, and YouTube's not going to say, "Well, sorry, nobody's watching your ad. We can't charge you for the ad because
They
nobody."
do this like once a year, and then they get it all starting to fall down around them, and then they start letting it go back the other way. I've been here for 4 or 5 years now, and they do it every time. They start listening to these people of what they are getting screwed over on, and then they start doing what Al's telling you, and then they get all pissy because now they're not getting their little crumbs that they're used to getting, and then they go back to doing it the same old way.
Yep.
Yeah. Ugh.
Like I said, well, remember back about 3 years ago, we've been telling people how to set up everything properly. And then YouTube, like, okay, purge time. And remember that those people with the little colored dots and stuff, the channel's gone. I had to reapply. How many times you replied? 10.
I'm gonna set up my OBS again. I'm gonna start doing tutorials.
Right.
Yeah.
I like those tutorials. Did they take them down?
when I changed my name, they took all mine down.
Oh,
So I'm going to go in and redo them. But I have to have OBS to do it so I can have those pages to give the examples of and everything.
did anybody heard about Odyssey? Because Liberty Garden told me Odyssey's looking for content for their platform, and they're willing to pay people to put content in. But I
I've never
don't.
heard of Odyssey.
Yeah, I never heard of Odyssey.
I'm
either.
retired. I don't want to work.
But it'd be nice to get $75 for 3 videos, so I don't know. But also, I heard Odyssey was in the Pornhub section, so I don't trust it. I don't want. Here's Uncle Alan talking about the Bible, and here's strippers on left to right of him. No.
Yeah, I want to know who the hell's letting these people give me likes on my videos with no clothes on.
Oh yeah, those spam bots.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
Well, hey, what's interesting is I've noticed several of them are changing their names, but but I've already blocked their channel and stuff. So I'll get the email that they tried to make a comment, but it's not showing up on the video. It's not showing up in the comment things on or the blocked comments and stuff because they're already blocked, so no one else sees it.
Froze.
The email I get from YouTube saying, you got a comment on your 1,500 subscriber giveaway. You got a comment. I go in there and there's, oh, it's one of those. I go to block it. Oh, it's already blocked.
yep.
And it's not actually, when I bring up the video, it's not there, and it's not in my on the YouTube Studio comment section either. So, but funny, who was it? Audra had 6 in an hour on one video.
And it's the same guy too.
And no, they're all different channels.
But the same guy.
Yeah, well, yeah, called North Korea. And she went and blocked them all. Yeah. And every time I block it, I open up their quote channel, go to the about page, go to the YouTube Studio comment sections, channel comments, open up 2 tabs there. The first tab I block from the channel. Second one, I remove the comment. On theirs, I go into their about thing and I block them, and then I report them. So I nail them 4 ways on it every time. But what surprises me is the number of people that are actually subscribing to them.
I know.
Yeah,
This channel has no content. Oh, you got 21 subscribers. Why?
booty.
If somebody has a small channel with 1 or 2 videos on it, oh, I guess I'll subscribe back to them and maybe I'll get more subscribers. No.
No, that's a good way you get deleted. Because if you support spam bots or their programming, YouTube will come around like, wait, you're probably in league with these guys. Your channel is now deleted.
Yep.
Because I was talking to somebody who had only 5 videos, but he okayed every spam bot he got. And what happened was he lost his channel. He had to restart all over again. And I walked him through it from Will's OBS. Oh, was it OBS?
OBS,
Yeah, that same pattern, and go down and told him how to do it properly. Because I keep telling them, if you do it on a smartphone and it's not geared up properly, you're going to lose big time in the long run. Because I was talking about this to Yankees Outdoor. He switched from the Apple to the Samsung because you get better rating, application to help you than the Apple. Apple tends to act funny.
Apple is.
I could say something derogatory on that comment about Apple acting funny.
Oh yeah, Kaylin. I was going to tell Kaylin, if you're going to go back to OBS, I was just wanting to let you know that you can run StreamYard through OBS now. They fixed that glitch. So you just go to in your OBS, you just go into their resources, go and ask them for a virtual camera, and you can shoot from there right into StreamYard.
Oh, all right. So we got 5 minutes left.
Yep, take her away, Gil. Tell them where you're going to be at.
Oh, all right. Tomorrow night we're doing a controversial live stream as far as YouTube is concerned. Not YouTube up there, but the platform. It's called No Powder. Air, tension, compression, kinetic. What's your fallback?
Diesel.
So we're going to talk about if you don't have any pew pew powder, how are you going to launch the freedom seeds to do whatever you need to do, whether it's hunting or self-defense or whatever. And we're going to talk about that. And of course, Dave will be there with his crossbows and super slingshot that makes people's heads go.
Yeah,
We're going to be talking about that stuff. And on Tuesday, Friday is, what's your favorite garden tool? And in the middle of Friday night special, we will do the giveaway of the Zippo.
Pros. Not this. The other Zippo.
Zippo super lighters.
Yeah, the Zippo emergency fire kit and the canning lids and the Zippo plasma lighter will be given away on that. So I got there'll be four winners, and you still have time to go watch the video, find out what the rules are, and enter.
Will Loaves and Fishes Carol has a question. Are you still making leather sheets for others?
Yes. You need
Carol,
something
he
done.
said yes.
If you need something done, Carol, go to my About page and email me, and I'll get back to you. When you're family, I usually give you a break. So
yeah, she's commenting back earlier about the Gulich 21 machete. So she's we'll be contacting you on that one, but yeah. So that's what's coming up this week.
How about you, Al? You got something you need?
No, I'm just going to do some regular stuff. Also, a lot of people were asking me how to do food preservation. I did I think less than a minute video because I have it right now. How can I explain it easy? I'm priming it, and also I'm reducing the water of the tissues of the plant material so I can preserve it later on for the winter. Now everybody's confused. Hey, I'm Asian. I like to pickle vegetables.
All right, then next Monday we'll have a drawing for the light. And then this Thursday we're going to have a topic, what is your favorite prepper tool? That's the topic. Al and Gil and I will be out on there making sure that everybody else is bringing their tools with them.
Oh, yeah.
And then I'm going to be starting up an OBS. I'm not sure exactly when, but I'm going to start my OBS back up, and I'm going to try to run StreamYard through it. So that should be interesting. I haven't done OBS for a while, but when I get the hang of it, it's going to be pretty wild and crazy ride, you guys. So
yeah.
Any of you that remember my OBS days from before, you know I like to get wild and crazy. So that's something to look forward to.
Yeah.
Other than that, I think we're all done, guys.
Yeah, I got to answer Kaylin's one question. You have a Daisy air rifle, and I have one of my diesel tubes. You put that on the rifle, the barrel part. It has compressed diesel fuel in it. You pull the trigger. Air compression in it will force a little amount of diesel. and your little 112, what was it, 117 and Daisy will go about 800 flips per feet. Pew! It does bark, and you can do it about 15 times before it blows up the gun.
Wow, that sounds fun.
I got to get back out in the field and get work done here.
All right, guys. Thanks
Guys.
for coming by. I'll see you everybody on Thursday.
And I'll see everyone tomorrow night.